Hello, I'm Brandon, and we just witnessed in the last video Mike Manzi being confronted by Chris Hansen and then getting arrested. So now we are going to watch Mike Manzi be interrogated. Let's do it.
Really, I mean, just talking to random people, and I've been going through a lot of things recently, and
Okay, so he's also going in. He started with the I wasn't going to do anything, I was there to help excuse. Now he's going into the James Rutherford excuse, which is I got a lot of bad stuff happening in my life. Which I think if you're a human being, you have some bad stuff going on in your life. It's not like he's in a special situation to do this kind of thing. We've all been through bad times, and bad times happen quite frequently, but you still don't do this stuff here and then wind up in being interrogated.
seeing a therapist and a psychologist right now. I'm just trying to work out a lot of issues that I have that are in.
Are you married? Single?
No, single. I've been, just going through some rough patches, and I'm looking for an outlet to be able to try and speak to people, and just talk, and that's where.
And how would a 13-year-old be able to relate to you? I could see you want to talk to someone about your troubles, but there are therapists for that, or barring that, there are people close to your own age. What help is a 13-year-old going to be? You're telling her about all your adult problems, she's going to care or have any ability to help with that? She hasn't been through these kind of things before. She's not going to relate to it. She's not going to understand.
The app was kind of giving me.
Now, what app were you using for this?
I guess Whisper was this one that I was talking.
Yeah. Are there others?
Well, there's there's Whisper. There's I guess the other ones are there's Scout. There's I guess just basically that.
Are they dating sites?
Well, some of them are. Some Whisper is not a dating site per se, and neither is a Scout. Might be more along the lines of a dating site, but stuff like that.
So you use things like Snapchat or Kik or
Yeah, on a personal note, I'm not familiar with all these apps he's talking about. I've heard of most of them, but I've never really used them. I use Facebook Messenger for the most part to communicate with people I know, or email or text, usually for people I know a little bit better. I have done online dating before. I used Match. That's how I met my girlfriend on Match, and it was reasonably successful, I guess. I went on a bunch of dates, met a bunch of people. One of them turned into a longer term relationship, so it was worth it. But it just, I wonder, obviously I see why people use them, but the apps that are kind of meant to meet strangers and talk with them, I wonder if those, I assume they tend to draw more predatory people, because bad people like Mike Manzi are going to be on there looking for young girls to strike up a conversation with. Whereas other apps, it might not be as popular. But I guess then again, whether it's Twitter or Instagram, any app that has a ability to send messages to people, I guess could be abused for this purpose. But it just seems the fact that he's using all these different apps and stuff, it's he could have just gone on them to meet people in general and then began to focus on the young girls, or he could have just had that intention from day one. He's hey, I could use these apps to prey on young girls and do what I want to do. You can't know what his intentions were, but I'm not sure what my point in getting to that is. It's one of those things where those apps could be dangerous because there's bad people on them, but they could also be used for good. You can't just ban all sorts of all forms of electronic communication because they could be abused, because we kind of need them to operate in our society, and when used properly, they're a good thing. But just knowing that there's so many apps out there, I don't know, maybe they just need to take more steps to prevent creeps like this from doing this kind of thing. I don't know how to solve the problem, but I don't think it's a problem that's going to get any better anytime soon.
Instagram.
I've used it in the past, but not No, not have not.
Facebook with Facebook Messenger or something?
Well, yes, but that's like between friends and stuff. So yeah.
So up until yesterday, actually, I never heard of Whisper.
Uh-huh.
So tell me how it works.
People just post things on there, and if you feel like it's interesting to what you have to say or what you want to do or say or whatever, then you answer it.
Is it like you create a profile?
No. It's all anonymous. People just post things up online, and that's that.
Is it regional?
I guess so.
Okay. Again, because I've never actually even seen it, but just didn't hear about it.
It could be.
So you just post something on like a board or a site.
Yeah, exactly.
And then people look at it. You put your picture up there, that kind of stuff.
I mean, you could if you really want to.
All right. So tell me about how you started meeting chatting with.
I remember just chatting with her. Really.
Closer?
I really don't know.
Not
Not this moment. I might remember it during our conversation.
Yeah. You do. Just
Considering
throw
all
it
the
out.
stuff that's coming
So
to me right now.
about how long ago do you think you started chatting?
Oh, it had to be a couple days. It was only a few days. It was probably.
Today's October 4th.
Well, it's Sunday, right?
Sunday.
So probably.
Like how it's hard to believe that date there. This is coming up on being 10 years old. Wow, time flies.
Thursday, Friday.
That's the first time you had any contact with her?
Yeah.
And how did it start?
Well, she had a posting up on there about people wanting to come, people chilling and things like that, but that they might as well bring bring some food. Or she said something about chilling and Netflix, and that they should be.
So you saw a post from a 13-year-old girl that said something about chilling and Netflix, and you instantly responded and struck up a conversation. And then you try to claim that you didn't have any bad intentions.
Bring food and and I guess marijuana. Is what her post had said. So.
And then you said you were going to come over with marijuana because she mentioned it in her post, and then you showed up without marijuana. Or I'm assuming he did. He said he didn't have any, but maybe they'll say later whether or not he was actually caught with it.
Think about anybody's age or anything else whatsoever.
So you guys started chatting.
We just started chatting that way, and then throughout the conversation, later on throughout the conversation, obviously it come out how old she was.
Yeah.
But our conversation, we were just chatting the entire time until then.
Remember what kind of topics you guys were talking about?
We spoke about food.
Yeah.
We spoke about weed. We spoke about hanging out.
What an intellectual conversation. You talked about food, weed, and hanging out. That's I could see why he was so fascinated with her. It must have been a very interesting conversation.
And watching TV.
Mm-hmm.
And that was mostly it. We didn't speak about any kind of sexual things whatsoever. Which is, this is a 13-year-old. Yeah. Obviously. Obviously, maybe not obviously. Yeah. So, but that was the bulk of what we spoke about.
Food, weed, and just hanging out.
Pretty much.
What did you think when she said she was 13?
I mean, at first, I was a little alarmed that, of the age, but with, I really felt like there was definitely a position that she was putting herself in that wasn't going to be a good one. Yeah. Depending
obviously not, since you started talking to her.
She could have been talking to somebody else who wasn't like me.
Give me a fucking break, Mike. Yeah, this whole thing where I'm a good guy. Could have been not a nice guy like me she was talking to. It could have been a bad guy who's different from me. No, Mike, you can't differentiate yourself from the other guys out there doing the exact same thing.
And they might have tried to do something else to her or tried to act in a certain way, to really harm her or to have more of a sexual intent to go in with her. Yeah.
So at what point? She told you she was 13. You continued.
Well, we did continue talking. Yes, we did. We did continue talking.
Like, if he was really concerned, like, the first or maybe second thing he says to her after hello would have been, you shouldn't be on here. There's bad people on here, and this is for adults. You should log off right now and close your account, or I'm going to report you. Like, a person who had intentions to help her and to prevent her from meeting bad people would have done something like that. They wouldn't have talked to them over the period of several days without mentioning anything like that and then driven to their house. His story just doesn't add up, and it sucks that they couldn't convict him, because I guess technically he never said anything sexual, so they couldn't prove that he had that intent, even though every single person knows exactly what he wanted.
Yeah,
About the same type of things.
Basically, yes.
Food, weed,
you can
chilling.
I think you have.
Yeah, I have.
So you can see it. We never discussed doing anything sexual to each other. We never discussed making advancements towards each other like that. I mean,
I read through them.
Yeah, go ahead.
There wasn't any explicit sex talk. You threw a couple pieces of bait out there for her to see if she'd bite at it.
Well, not necessarily. If you want, you can pull it out. I would like to look at it.
Yeah, well,
but definitely.
Yeah, no, there was no straight sex talk.
Yeah. I mean, we're just talking here too.
So,
I think we're just talking.
Yeah, we are.
I feel relaxed.
And that's good. I'm glad. That's just,
yeah.
It is important for us to kind of get this out.
Yeah, I mean,
because right now we have Mike, 32-year-old from Stanford or New York.
Yeah.
Who comes to Fairfield to meet a 13-year-old girl.
Right.
It's a problem.
Right.
So that's why I need to kind of get through this. So just top of my head, without digging through all these, she mentioned that she cracked her back and she does yoga. And then, you remember what you said?
No, I don't. But you can.
How's your downward dog?
Well, okay, yeah, that's a yoga move still. But
it is, but
yeah,
like, come on.
I mean,
I'm a guy, you're a guy. I get it.
I understand what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, like, he's maybe not saying anything overtly sexual, but he's like hinting at it, and like, that cop was right. He's putting out some bait. He's probably trying to see if she'll be the one to turn the conversation sexual. And guaranteed, if she did, he would have gone along with it and just escalated it. But of course, since they're a decoy, they don't want to be the ones to do that, because they can't be the one encouraging it. So she never escalated it from there, and it never kind of snowballed. But he was saying things that were, borderline inappropriate, things that if you were talking like that with an adult person would be kind of, flirty, I guess would be, maybe the word. So it's like, yeah, he's not innocent. You could tell he was trying. He just didn't want to be the one to bring it up first, but he was probably hoping that she would.
Your downward dog, LOL, I think is what it was. So, I mean, how old are you?
I'm
30. Right, I've been doing this for 30 years. Almost as long as you've been alive. I know. I text people. I know.
Right.
Throwing it out there a little bit, see what she says. She didn't bite at it.
Well,
whether
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, I read all these. I mean, there's there's pages and pages. And most of it is just
like I said,
food,
right?
weed, chilling.
That's what I said.
Every once in a while, you threw a little bait out. You threw a little.
Yeah, but I get.
You know
I get where you're trying to go with this,
Yeah.
but regardless, like, I know what the conversation mainly was.
Right.
I mean,
Absolutely.
and you do too.
Absolutely.
So you're not
Absolutely.
you're not disagreeing with me.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not.
You speak.
But
sure.
But are you disagreeing with me that you kind of threw a little like?
I'm disagreeing the intent that you're trying.
Things like, when you're talking to a 13-year-old like this, your conversation shouldn't even be a little bit inappropriate. Like, you should just not even go down that path to begin with.
You might be feeling like I was trying to get from it.
Right, to see if she would say, would you like to see it or anything like that.
Wow. I mean, I can't, that's that's not where the conversation was going, nor intended to go anywhere, because
Which is the website.
well,
All right. So you talked to her for a couple weeks.
no, a couple days.
A couple days.
Just a couple days.
Then you. How do we get to today?
Well, we get to today because she's been talking about trying to meet up and hang out. And I had agreed, I believe, and I was quite hesitant about it several times.
Thing is, if you were going over there to help her to make sure that she was safe, why would you be hesitant about it? If you had just pure intentions were going over there because you were really concerned that there were other people in that house that could cause her harm, why would he be hesitant about going? Wouldn't he be racing over there to help her? Why would he be hesitant about going if he claims that he was there to do something good?
And about her coming to, coming to Stanford or coming up to see me, which she also said she could do. But in any event, so basically that's, we had discussed it, and that was basically where we went.
When you made
trying
plans to come up.
Well, I made plans to try and come up here and just to see what was going on.
And what were you guys going to do today?
Well, I was coming over here. All I knew there was a 13-year-old girl. I didn't even know if she was 13. She said she was 13. How do you know if she's 13? How do you know?
Well, if you doubted that she was 13, like, if you're going to use the excuse that some of the other guys use, like David Tiriolo, where you thought maybe she was 26 or 37 or some sort of adult, well, then why would you be concerned that she was home alone? The only reason you have to be concerned about a young girl being on there was if she was, in fact, 13. And if you were that concerned about her, you would probably try to verify that first, that she was that age. You wouldn't just leave it up to, what you're wondering whether or not it's true. Maybe it is, maybe not. And then go over to her house to try to rescue her.
If I'm 32, other than my age, but like I've been, I came up this way because I wanted to see what was going on, and obviously I did find out what was going on.
What were your plans to go to?
My plans.
What were your plans?
My plans strictly were just going to be hanging out. That was it. That was my only plan. That was the end of it. I had no other intent with this girl whatsoever. Because
ever since I've been an adult, I don't when you're younger, I guess sometimes you just tend to hang out with your friends a lot more. Sometimes you just hang around doing nothing. But once you live on your own and you're an older adult, I can't really think of a time where I go to someone's house and without some sort of plan. If someone, male or female, or whether or not it's a romantic or sexual thing or not, usually you get invited out or over to their house to do something. It's not just hey, do you want to come over and hang out? Usually it's hey, come over, we'll watch a movie, or we're going to do something, or we're going to go out to this place, and maybe afterwards we'll go back to my place. But there's usually some sort of a plan, you know what you're going to do. It just seems like that's a teenager thing to do, is just hang out. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong in that. Maybe other adults do. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, I guess, if it's between two adults. But why would you meet someone on the internet and then they're a complete stranger you've only known for a couple days, and then you go to their house with no plans to do anything other than just hang out? It's hey, do you want to come to my house and sit on the couch? And it just seems weird. Maybe I'm I'm the weird one in that situation, but it's wouldn't they do something? Even when I was on Match and I'd meet a girl or whatever, we would have plans for a date. Hey, let's go meet and go to this place or do this thing. It's not just want to hang out. I don't know. Something about it just seems implausible.
Like you said, and I said before, she was young. She's 13, so that that's not the type of person I am. So
yes, it is, because you did it.
Did you understand the repercussions of potentially hanging out with a 13-year-old?
I think he understands the repercussions now.
Well, no, actually, I did not. I didn't realize that just...
Well, if you didn't, then why did you say in your chat that you realized that you could get in trouble for doing it?
by the act of you going to hang out with somebody who was under a certain age would actually get you in trouble. So I did not know that.
That ever crossed your mind?
It did cross my mind for a moment, but I didn't think that I actually could get in trouble going to hang out with her. I mean, I did say to her, you know, obviously a couple times, like that might, you know, I might have trouble if that was, you know, if I did go, but I'm not.
Then why would you go? Like, you barely know this girl. Like, you just met her a couple days ago. There's no benefit to you meeting up with her if there's a potential to get in trouble. So if you went over there and you didn't have any bad intentions, you were just going to hang out and basically waste an afternoon and not do anything, like, then what is the point of risking getting into trouble to go over there and do nothing? Like, there's no point to it.
Yeah, well, you're cute and cool too. I know I could get in trouble for even talking to you.
Oh, there you go.
So,
then
I knew there was.
Then I must have said, must have been, yeah, some issue. But I really didn't think that I could go and get in trouble 100% going to hang out with someone who's
a 13-year-old
just
girl,
hanging,
knowing that her parents aren't home.
Well, if I'm not doing anything that's, number one, you know, anything that's sexual, or two, trying to do anything along those lines.
Right.
You know, people do this all the time when they go meet up in the mall and go hang out, and they're out in public. You know, what's the big difference?
The big difference.
Yeah, well, there is a big difference. I mean, obviously, even if you were going to meet a 13-year-old without her parents' knowledge at a mall or anywhere else, like, that would be bad too. But the thing is, that is a public place where there's going to be other people around, so there's less chance of you being able to harm her. Whereas if you're alone in a house, there's a much bigger chance of that. So obviously, being alone in the house is worse.
Versus 32 and 13, that's the difference.
I understand.
You get that?
Age.
You get the difference?
No, I do. I understand.
I remember growing up, even my parents didn't, like, they would let me have friends over, but they always wanted to, like, meet my friends first. So even if I just brought some friend they've never met before home, like when they weren't there, I don't remember if that was ever a rule, but I don't remember it ever being something I did. Like, my parents met my friends when they came over, and then, you know, once they knew them, then they could come over when my parents weren't home. But I wouldn't invite strange, like, people over that my parents didn't know about or didn't know were coming over, let alone someone that was like 32 when you're 13, because that would have, like, I wouldn't have done that to begin with. But, like, it just, like, as a kid I would have known something's wrong with that, and an adult I definitely know something's wrong with that.
The age difference.
And it's important that you understand that.
I do. I understand the age difference, and and that's why I really was not intending on doing anything with this girl, because she was young. And like I said, if she had met somebody else who maybe didn't have those intentions, or did have further intentions, worse intentions, she could have gotten really in trouble. She could have gotten hurt, perhaps, you know.
So, if I remember right, did you say something when you were at the house that you came there to kind of teach her that you weren't that this was the wrong thing to do to meet somebody?
Well, I didn't necessarily say it like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you're phrasing it a lot better than I had at the moment, because I was so, like,
you were taken by surprise.
well, yes, you know.
Was that just
may I ask for a second, because I'm just, you know, I know this is an interview, and I know you don't know me, and I don't know you, but you do seem like a nice guy, and I don't know what your impression is.
Your ass ain't talking your way out of this one, Mike Manzi, in the words of Samuel L. Jackson.
You know,
He just thinks he's gonna, like, befriend the cop and act super nice, and then he's gonna talk his way out of it.
Of me, yeah. I mean, obviously,
I know this.
Well, the paperwork, and me sitting here,
right?
But, like, I don't know. I'm just like, you know.
No,
Are you? I know you're not trying to, like, be my friend, but you seem like a nice guy. I'm trying to talk to you. I'm not.
And that's.
I don't want, like.
I have. Believe me, like I said, I've been doing this for a long time. I'm not sitting here judging what you're doing. My job.
I think that's exactly what he's doing. That's the whole point of his job. Mike Manzi wouldn't be here if he wasn't judging him. You're judging him and the fact that what he did was wrong and illegal, and now you're trying to gather evidence to convict him.
It's fact-based. It's
right.
What happened?
Right.
And I want to get a clear picture of what happened and how we got there.
Right.
That's it. I'm not judging you. I'm not thinking what's wrong with you. But, you know, if you say something that, I think we need to clarify, I'm going to clarify.
Of course.
So when you
of course.
talk about going to the mall to meet somebody,
I'm just
that's a little
saying.
different. And I know
But that's why I said it, because to me, like that's no different than what just has transpired.
I got it.
It almost isn't any different. But yeah,
It's a lot different. Like meeting someone in public is very different than meeting them, like in their own private space, like in their home. That's why, like, usually when you meet someone, like for the first time for a date or whatever, or a business meeting or anything like that, usually it's in a public place. You know, like inviting someone to your home the first time, like it's much more intimate. You would do that, even if there was no sexual intention or anything like that. If it was like just inviting friends or family over, but usually you know them first. It's not like you meet someone and then 2 days later the first meeting is home alone. Like that, it's a definite difference than meeting them in a public place like a mall.
So, let me just put a hypothetical out there. Had this not been what it was with us there, and the other people there, and it was you and this 13-year-old girl, what do you think would have happened to them?
Well, I could only tell you what would have happened on my end.
Yeah.
Number one. Number two, I would have gone there, and she said that her mother was coming home today.
Right.
Until about 6 o'clock. So
And you were definitely planning on getting out of there before 6 o'clock.
I was going to go there. I was going to go hang out. And if her mother ended up, coming in, I would have explained to her what was going on. But that, besides that would have been, that's all I would have done.
Were you guys going to go out to eat or anything? I know you guys talk about food a lot. In here.
We did talk a lot about food, but we didn't.
I was getting hungry kind of.
I wasn't sure. I have no idea of what was,
You guys talk about weed a lot.
Yeah, we spoke about that a little bit. Yeah.
Were they planning to smoke and weed?
I mean, I was planning on trying to just like I said, being there, make sure things are okay. I would have definitely sat down and ate. I would have hung out, but that's pretty much it.
Right. Do you have any weed on you?
Not when they arrested me.
So you didn't bring any weed?
I don't have anything.
Not when they arrested you? So you're telling me somehow got some since they arrested you?
At all. They gave me a ticket.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Okay.
They gave me a ticket for having paraphernalia.
All right. Where was that?
Huh?
Where was the paraphernalia?
It was in my vehicle.
Oh, it was? Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have any marijuana in your car?
I think there was a little bit less than. I don't know. They have the ticket downstairs, but yes, there was.
All right. There was some marijuana. So, safe to say that had there been a 13-year-old girl, you would have said.
So he was lying. He did have some marijuana with him. Maybe just not a lot, but he did have some.
Down, hung out, had some food. Maybe talk about Blaze. I've got some stuff off the car. You guys would smoke.
Well, I really can't. I really can't tell you.
Can't or don't want to?
No, I really just can't tell you because it's really first.
Well, that's
you're going there and you're trying to get a feel for the person and see what situations like. I mean, that was the intent of. I mean, you've got it right here.
Yeah,
you can go
I know.
ahead and bring it up. I'll talk to you about it.
Right.
I have nothing to.
And I didn't smoke, LOL. I could fix that.
Oh,
I believe that's what you said.
yeah.
Blaze. Someone around. Definitely Blaze beforehand. I just Blaze, don't tempt me. So, obviously, how often do you smoke marijuana?
I
Decent amount?
probably smoke a decent amount, yes.
You smoke every day, you think?
Probably close
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
I go through ups and downs really with it. It's like there's a very long period of time where I do not smoke at all, and then start smoking again, and then it's just like, yeah, it's just not good. Yeah. It's just not good.
Have you ever been arrested before, Frankie?
No.
Never? All right, so you understand why we're here.
Oh, of course, 100%.
We have a 33-year-old guy talking about smoking marijuana, hanging out with a 13-year-old, drive from Stanford to Fairfield with marijuana and what kind of vapor is that? So it's liquid?
Oh, that was
Was that-
that's
what
like
test
a,
is
it's
that?
that's just a
It's not like a
it's
hash
just like
oil
an
or
e-cigarette.
e-cigarette.
Yeah, it's
Alright.
something along those lines. Yeah.
Had the marijuana hidden in a Cheetos box.
Well, yes, but that was for my own safety as well. I mean,
So you see the issue,
yes, I do. Yes, I do.
and you see the
Severity of it.
severity
Yes.
and the importance of.
Being honest and talking to you and all of this. Yes, I do. I was going to ask what specifically gave you the charge.
Because you brought marijuana.
Sorry.
That's okay. That's freezing up right now. Because you brought marijuana up to Fairfield to meet a 13-year-old girl. And all of this chat was talking about coming up and meeting a 13-year-old.
And if I did not bring marijuana with me,
It probably would have been an issue as well.
Yeah, it's not so much the marijuana that's the problem. That is a small piece of it. But the bulk of the problem is like you going there, you being a 32-year-old man, her being a 13-year-old home alone, and you going to her house without her parents' knowledge. That's like what makes this very bad.
Probably would have been charged. Because it's the way the statutes are written. It's you're a 32-year-old man meeting a 13-year-old girl online, coming up to her house
Okay.
when she's alone in her house.
Okay.
That's a problem,
Well, yes, I do understand that.
and that's
I know. But like I said, immediately when I got there, I said, do you mind if I take a look around? I mean,
I understand that and I'll go back to your
I mean,
your analogy of
yeah.
meeting at the mall.
Right.
It's the same thing. It's not the same thing. There are inherent dangers for you and for a 13-year-old girl for you coming to her house.
Exactly.
If you went to your buddy's house, would you say, "Hey, let me look around. I got to make sure nothing's going on. Make sure there's nobody hiding over
Oh,
there."
but
Right? Of course not.
I trust
Right.
my buddy. I don't know what's going on.
So
I've never
you're-
met this person before.
Right.
How
So
would I-
you're putting a
Dullness.
13-year-old girl
Uh-huh.
into some sort of danger. A 13-year-old who can't make those decisions and judgments on their own because of their age, and that's why they have the law. It's putting a minor, a 13-year-old, at risk of injury. That's the way the statute's written. So, yeah, it would have been.
Even though there was no
Doesn't matter.
harm and from done or
Doesn't
have
matter.
any
It's a
weapons.
13-year-old.
Yeah, of course. Because the law couldn't rely on the word of the guy trying to do it, like on the word of the criminal, basically. Because every single guy who got caught would say, "I didn't come here to do anything wrong." So they can't be like, "Well, we'll just ask them if they had bad intentions." They're all gonna lie. So the law has to be like just going over there and doing it is wrong, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to protect people.
Girl
Yeah.
who can't make those judgments on their own because of their age.
Okay.
And you're a 32-year-old man, grown man, coming to a house. That's a problem.
Fair enough.
Okay. One of the things we're going to do at some point is we're going to get a search warrant and go through your phone, or apply for a search warrant, go through the phone, get copies of everything here. Again, because we want to make sure stuff is.
Yeah.
Is there a passcode on your phone?
Yes, there is.
Just so we don't have to
Yeah, it's 0011.
do any damage on it. So we can try to.
He's a math tutor and his password's 0011. Seems like you gotta pick something a little bit harder to guess.
You didn't have any computers in your car, iPads, or anything like that you communicate with.
No, just my iPhone. It's my iPhone.
Right. And maybe because you're in the moment, and you have a lot of stuff on you right now. You need to see the bigger picture of.
I understand
It's a
where
problem.
you guys are coming
It's a
from.
problem what you did.
I wonder if this cop, he probably knows that since Mike Manzi never said anything really sexual, that he's probably gonna get off the hook somehow, or at least get off with leniency. So he's like, well, there's a chance he's not gonna get convicted or go to prison, so we're really gonna have to drive home and make sure he understands the fact that this is wrong. So maybe there's a chance that even though he gets away with it, he's not gonna do it again.
I
Regardless of
understand.
marijuana, it's a problem.
Which is you can understand the skepticism of that's what would happen, because it's highly likely they would try to do it again, but I guess the police have have to do something.
The problem, a 32-year-old chatting up a 13-year-old about.
I mean, you can probably see she's chatting me up too.
Oh,
I was not.
I understand it.
Does that?
But
Does that do anything or no? Does it matter?
No.
No, because she's a 13-year-old. They're gonna do stupid things and maybe act inappropriately. It's your job as an adult to not carry it on further.
Here's the thing.
Like, does he seriously think that's gonna get him off the hook? Like, he's gonna go to trial and be like, oh well, she was talking to me too, therefore it like evens it out. We were both equally responsible. It's like, you're the adult, you're supposed to be the responsible one. Kids are supposed to do not supposed to do stupid things, but they do. It's part of being a teenager. It's like, it's your job as an adult to protect them or to not make the situation worse.
What should happen is you're on Whisper, you're on whatever. Hey, how are you? Like
13 to 5.
I like your app, I like
Yeah.
your picture, whatever. We talk about food. Hey, how old are you? 13. Oh, all right. I'm sure you're very nice, but have a nice day. That's what should be happening. And believe me, I get the whole, what you explained, you're going through things and texting and all these apps. It's an easy way to communicate with people. And if you're not overly comfortable doing it face to face or whatever, it's an easy way to do it. I get it. I understand it. 100% I get it. But there's that level of anonymity between the two people that makes it easy. But when you close that gap of anonymity, you have to make sure that you're not dealing with a 13-year-old.
And well, that's it. That was Mike Manzi. Yeah, I feel bad that he just, didn't get the punishment he deserved, because, like, he's just as bad as the rest of them. Just because he didn't flat out say what he was going to do doesn't mean he wasn't thinking what he was going to do, and it doesn't mean he didn't intend to do that. But he was just smart enough, I guess, to not put it down in written form, so he got away with it, and I think he got a suspended sentence. But well, anyways, that's Mike Manzi, so let me know if there's any other predators you want me to cover, and I'll see everyone next time.